Hey everybody.
Welcome back.
Here we are.
It is Saturday, April 3rd, and it is beautiful outside and there's no wind. No, ouch.
Day before Easter, if you're all getting ready for that. Should be a splendid Easter this year, I'm thinking.
Well, this will come out after Easter, so we hope you had a wonderful Easter.
True, after Easter, so happy Easter to you. As you know,
Belated
Easter's
Easter.
the season, so keep our joy for a good long time after that. So today, the plan is to get our garden going. First step to that is cleaning out the chicken coop. So we've got ourselves a nice fertilizer load waiting in there to go on our garden. So we're gonna do two things today. We're gonna clean out the chicken coop and spread all that luscious poo out on our garden. And then two, we're gonna amend the soil a little further with some lime. So we have some lime here. We got 3 bags of that. These are 50-pound bags. Should be about the right amount for our square footage we got in our garden out there. Then, now I was kind of excited because after tilling up the garden with the ripper yesterday, the soil's looking pretty good. It's actually less clay than I thought, but we also got some gypsum here to put on as well. Not as much of that, but we're just gonna kind of put that down on the rows and then till that in. Same with the lime. We'll put it right down on where the rows are gonna be, and then we're gonna till that in. So first step, clean out the chicken coop. Second step, amend the soil. And then third step, I guess, would be till it in and get our rows set up. And then, later today, separate video for you, we'll start putting our fence in. So look forward to that video.
All right, well, it sounds like the horses are out. Just kidding, we don't have horses.
We have children that think they're horses.
They pretend they're horses. Anyway, let's get started.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. I'm feeling the spring stuff, so let's go.
Let's do it. What you doing, Allie?
Well, our female ducks have created a nest with a bunch of eggs. We're hoping to be getting an incubator this weekend. So she's, during the day, keeping them nice and insulated.
Usually we would pick them up. That's a nice egg basket you got there, honey.
I don't want to run all the way to the
chicken,
house.
the old cat feeder, coming in handy.
I'm being very careful with them.
How many eggs you got there?
I don't know.
I think there's multiple layers. She's really been giving eggs, man.
Yeah.
So what did we get?
I don't know, there's like 20 or 22 here. So
Wow.
it was like 4 layers deep in there.
Sweet.
So we'll probably give, these are still edible for animals, but for now we'll probably end up giving these to my sister and brother-in-law for their dogs. They're refrigerated technically. All right, so this is what it looked like before. Andy pulled the roosting bars. So this is all the chicken side, which will get cleaned out. And then this is the duck side. So both of those will scoop out and put on the garden. Back in the brooder area where the cats have wintered, we'll be cleaning this out, but all of this is just gonna go out into the brush. Because you don't want to put cat feces on your garden.
one design flaw we found with the coop already, and I'd actually thought about doing this earlier before, but you can see here that our manure got pretty wet over here where the chickens roost, and we just weren't putting down enough compost to soak up all the moisture. And so this will start rotting that wood pretty quick. So what I want to do is I want to put a barrier here to protect the wood, and then I'll fold it back up against this wall here, and that'll keep a barrier between the wood and that. So I've got some leftover steel siding I think I'll probably use to do that. So,
and just put it at an angle.
One design change. Yeah,
so it falls away.
I'll just put it flat up against here and then cut down and then fold it in.
Oh, sure.
And tack it on the sides.
So it's kind of a box. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it'll kind of just make a box. The reason I did it this way at first is because I really didn't want any spot for rodents to hide.
Right.
Because rodents, of course, love corn and feed, and I didn't want to give them any corn and feed. So that was my attempt to keep, because chickens will eat the rodents, except for maybe a rat. But so it's just going to be something we have to do, unfortunately.
Yep.
But all right,
back to it.
We'll keep moving on. I got the rack out now, so I should be able to drive the tractor fully in here to scoop out the rest of this. So just had to clear out the front. This board I had to put here because originally I had intended to have this slab completely level, and it's just too big and too heavy. I couldn't get it leveled, so I put these boards to lift up the level, and I intended to have these boards so that we could lift them out and then easily come in with the tractor. So I've just created some little ramps here instead. So all right, let's keep going.
got clean bedding down here. Andy got this around here like he mentioned so that their excrements don't get behind there and ruin the wood.
Yeah, we lowered this down a little bit.
And then we lowered this down too.
So that their butts won't be sitting up over top of this.
It was about 6 inches higher on this post, but if we put it back up there, it'd fall on top of here and ruin that wood. They'll be fine. They're off the ground, which is what they want to be. He also put some over here, and then we cleaned out the nesting boxes, and then Andy moved. You can see if I come over here. Previously, the nesting boxes were out further. He pushed them back so that they don't feel inclined to, there's not enough room for them to really just roost up here.
Azog the rooster and his girlfriends would always sit up here together and have their little pad.
Yeah.
So now we moved it so they won't fit up there anymore. So that should keep them from pooping down into the nesting boxes. One more project I have to do is I do want to put a roosting bar across the front of these to make it easier for them to hop up in there. And then if some do roost down there, they won't be roosting right here and pooping right in there. So you can also make them so that they fold up during the night so that they can't roost on them, and then it blocks them from being able to get into the boxes too. That's another thing we could do as well. Other than that, it smells nice in here now.
Yeah, so the plan is we'll keep the straw.
Yeah, the straw is just a base
Layer. We'll let them dirty it up a little bit before we put any of the pine shavings on top of it.
Yep, typically we use the pine shavings, but straw makes a good base layer. So it doesn't really matter, but I like the straw for the bottoms. So.
Yep. And then we got the brooder space cleaned up. We'll be getting that prepped here in about a week.
Still got some more wood chips to put in there yet. I just threw the last of a bag.
Yeah, there's just like a little bit left in a bag. And here's the duck space. Pretty similar to over there as far as the pine shavings, or our plan with pine shavings versus straw. So there we go.
On to the next thing. Here we go. The chicken coop has been de-pooped. And
spring cleaning.
As you
some updates.
Yeah, as you can see, we updated the coop a little bit, but as you can see, we also got this all spread out on the garden.
Spread the poop on the garden.
We got potatoes going in down here, so we didn't spread anything there, and then green beans as well, which they don't like a lot of nitrogen. So.
And then everything else up there.
And we got a ton where the corn's gonna be.
Yep.
And then back further, tomatoes, greens, and that kind of stuff. They like a good sampling of chicken poo as well, so we provided some for that area of the garden as well. It's drying out pretty quick. We got a nice breeze and some good sun, so once it's nice and dried out, we can go ahead and till it in.
Yeah.
We usually don't want to till it in wet, otherwise you trap some of that ammonia and stuff in the soil, and that's not readily available nitrogen for your plants. So
it is actually 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Next project on the list is getting our garden fence in. So we're going to be working on that today as well, but we'll bring you along for that in a new video.
Putting that in another video.
So we hope you liked the coop, and you kind of saw how that worked with the little tractor and using the bucket to clean it out. For the most part, worked pretty good. Saved my back a lot of work. Still stunk really bad, but that's just part of the job, I guess. You're gonna have to deal with some poop every once in a while. Yeah, if I would have had to do all of this spreading by hand and all of the coop clean out by hand, it would have taken me
We'd still be cleaning out the coop.
It'd have taken me all day.
Yep.
But hope you liked that part. And if you're interested in that coop design, we've got another video on that. And,
I'll link it up here.
But you guys have yourself a great spring and a happy Easter. See you next time.
Bye.